YouTube. Thank you so much for joining me on my YouTube channel. And if you're new here, I'm Coach Chelsea, and I'm known as the Slim Thick Coach on Instagram and all other social media platforms. But today, on episode 4, I wanted to go over some struggles in my journey in hopes that you can relate to the same struggles and we can all find a solution to this problem. So let's dive into it. As you know, I've been preparing for my upcoming bodybuilding show. And let me tell you, it's been a journey. I've put months of hard work and sacrifice into this prep. And I've been pushing my body to its absolute limits. Yet, despite all the progress I've made, there are days when I wake up and I look at myself in the mirror and I say, am I even a bodybuilder? Do I belong here? Is this what I really want to do? Just wondering if any of y'all can relate to this. It's kind of the feeling of like you're a fraud, like you're not good enough, even though you've put in all of this work. Like somehow everyone around you has got it all figured out, but for some reason you feel like you're faking your way through it. This is called Imposter Syndrome. This is something that I struggle with no matter what I try to achieve, no matter what goal I set for myself. This is something within me that has been a battle, to say the least. And let me tell you, imposter syndrome is real and it is sneaky. It literally shows up when you least expect it, especially if you're trying to be on your fitness journey, if you're in school preparing for a degree, any personal goal that you're going through, these thoughts in your mind can show up as doubts. It's literally that voice in your head that tries to convince you that you're not good enough. And to be honest, I've been battling with this a lot lately, especially as I prepare for this competition. I keep telling myself things like, I'll never get lean enough. I haven't built enough muscle in the amount of time that I've taken off since my last show in 2021. Even with, my workouts, I just feel like my physique or my body will never come up to par to compete competitively. Even after years of training, I still have that negative self-doubt seed planted in my mind that I will never be good enough to compete in the wellness division. It's literally that nagging self-doubt that creeps in my mind whenever things don't feel like they're going my way. And it's crazy because I know deep down, under the circumstances that I'm in, with the injuries that I have, I've worked my butt off for so many years to get to where I am now. I put in hours at the gym. I've dialed into my nutrition. I've done all the hours of cardio that you can think of. But yet, I still have that little voice saying to me that I'm not a real bodybuilder. But here's the thing. There is always a solution to a problem, and I am a problem solver. So today's video is gonna be about realizing and having a level of self-awareness to what imposter syndrome is, and a solution that we can all use to help these thoughts engage ourselves while we're achieving our goals. Because I want to remind you, we are all deserving, no matter what label we try to put in our head, no matter what story we're trying to make up, we are all deserving of every goal we are trying to achieve. Here's what I've been doing to help combat imposter syndrome, and I want you to try this too. First, try to take a moment to reflect back on your own wins. For me, this is going back to 2021 to see what I looked like during that prep on my last bodybuilding competition. So surfing through old photos and comparing them to where I am now helps put into perspective of how far I've come. And let me tell you, that excites me. From my legs being very minusculely small to like in 3 years, I believe that I've grown them to the amount, to this appropriate size they are now. And I have yet to see myself that peeled in 3 years. So I'm pretty stoked to see what is to come once I'm at a lower body fat percentage. So reflect on those old photos, ladies. It really helps imposter syndrome. Second, talk about it. Reach out to people who know you on your journey for the years you've been on it, whether it be your fitness journey, your career journey, your relationship journey, your self-love journey. Ask people what wins do they see, that, and they might point out things that you couldn't even see within yourself. That support system is going to help you along the way, because sharing that vulnerability with your friends and family only is going to make the connection stronger. Trust me, every single check-in I've done with my coach, I literally seek words of affirmation, because I just can't see it within myself due to me seeing myself every single day. So I do try to pry for compliments, because it helps me push even more, because I just can't see it in myself. And sometimes it's like that when you're in the mirror every single day in your fitness journey, and it isn't until you put two side by sides together, or you reflect back with your coach or your friends to see how far you've come. It really helps with that perspective. And third, celebrate your journey. I have had so many conversations with clients and friends alike that we are just not used to celebrating ourselves. Most of us just look forward to the outcome, right? We're always shooting for the finish line, instead of shifting our mind or perspective to understand that this is a marathon, not a race. It's literally these small daily wins, the discipline in the meal choices, that extra rep at the gym, that you prove to yourself day after day that you do belong here. Here's my advice to you. Whenever that imposter syndrome starts trying to whisper in your mind and tell you things about yourself that are not true, challenge it. Write down your achievements. Say them out loud if you need to. And surround yourself with people who support your growth. And just remember, you are not alone in your journey. Your fitness journey, self-love journey, career journey, whatever journey that you're on right now, that you're shooting for a bigger goal that is outside of what you think you can achieve, you have the power to achieve it, and you are it. I feel those same fears. I feel the feelings of inadequacy. I have those thought processes where I just beat myself up. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. I am literally fighting those same mental battles just like you. And just because we feel like imposters to whatever goal we're trying to achieve doesn't mean that we are. So prepping for this show has been one of the biggest mental challenges of my life. And every single time I do a bodybuilding show, I learn something new about myself. This year, I'm learning that self-doubt in my mind is real. It's not about eating all the meals, weighed out at a certain macro, or doing all the reps. It's literally that mental resilient battle day to day is what makes this sport the hardest and most challenging. It's about showing up on those days where the self-doubt is yelling the loudest. So if you're on your fitness journey or whatever journey that you're on, just please remember you do belong here. You're putting in that work, which makes you well deserving of all the progress you're making and the success that becomes behind it. I hope sharing my struggle and my story helps you break through to know that feeling like an imposter doesn't mean you are one, and it doesn't define you. Just think of it as a sign that you're pushing past your comfort zone. And that's where growth happens, y'all. So keep going no matter what your mind is telling you, because all the stories in your mind that you make up is not true. Don't let that voice inside your head hold you back. If this resonates with you, drop a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on this topic and how you've overcome imposter syndrome yourself. If you need more advice or tips or just a simple pep talk, you know where to find me. Stay true, push through. You know I got you. So now I'm gonna scoot over a little bit so that I can fill the screen here with some of my check-in photos from this week. We are 10 weeks out. We are almost inside of the single digits, and it's getting real. This week, it got real. So what we're gonna do is a low calorie deficit for 4 days and then a refeed, practicing that peak week and seeing how my body responds. So on week 10, I am required to check in on Thursday and Saturday. And I'm actually really excited. My cardio also went up as well. So we'll be knocking that out, but I wanna show my front shot because I'm actually really proud of my front pose, which is the waist to glute ratio. It has, I mean, I've gotten bigger, is all I'm gonna say. And when I was comparing my photos outside of having my imposter syndrome cry session, I was really appalled and astounded just of how much progress I made in 3 years. And so now that the body fat is shutting down, I'm able to see that, um, I'm able to see that, you know, I've had a lot of progress. And so this front pose makes me really excited. So now I'm gonna show the back pose. And so this is where I'm at back pose wise. My glutes are probably my best muscle right now. I've been working really hard on coming up with my hamstrings, and my upper back is pretty much the last to go when it comes to decreasing my body fat. So I'm not really worried about up there. I'm kind of just looking down at my quad growth and my hamstring growth. My glutes are pretty much well developed and defined because when I was younger and I wanted to build a booty, that's literally the only muscle I worked out on for years. And so that is why my glutes are more overly developed, I feel, than my quads and my hamstrings. But overall, I'm pretty excited for the process. So we're gonna pretty much be diving straight into it. The changes should be looking really different every single week moving forward. And I'm I'm nervous, to be honest with you. And I know that I am my biggest and worst critic. So I just hope, I can do better moving forward about the negative thought processes that go inside my head, because of so many internal things that I continue to work on. But this is why I love bodybuilding. Y'all, I love bodybuilding because it's literally changed my whole life. But we'll get into that in a different episode. So that is week 11, and we're going into week 10. So I will see you next episode, and we'll dive into another topic that I hope to be transparent about, and then offer you my undivided, love-filled advice. I will see y'all next week. You have a great rest of your week, and I'll holla at you later. Bye.